Hi guys, it is April from Getting Hookah With It. Today I'm ready to do part 2 of my unhaul. In my last unhaul, I got rid of 40 books. Here are 40 more. I'm doing such a good cleanse of books from my shelves that either I've read and I just didn't like, or books that I just don't want to read, or some of these I actually got newer, better looking copies on my shelf, so that's the plan. So let's get into it. Okay, so we've got mostly fiction here. There's a little nonfiction, but okay. Thrillers. We've got quite a few here. Wrong Place by Michelle Davies. The truth doesn't hurt, it kills. This is a kind of whodunit detective crime book, and there's just something about it that I just don't want to read, even though I kind of like this cover. It's like a woman peeking through blinds, which is kind of neat. But yeah, I have no desire to read it, so that's got to go. This book has been sitting on my shelves for years. Like, I don't even know when I got this, but it's probably been on my shelves for about a decade. This takes place in 1849. The body of Edgar Allan Poe has been buried in an unmarked grave. And we follow a young lawyer who is thinking that something sinister happened to Edgar Allan Poe. I don't often like stories where they take real people that I know or that we all know and make a story out of them. I don't usually enjoy those, and there's just something about this that just didn't call to me. So that's gotta go. I'm also going to get rid of The Weight of Blood. This is probably one of the only ones that I'm getting rid of that I'm like, maybe, but I can always get another. And you know what? The cover is kind of creased and crinkly, so I'm gonna let it go. Yeah, gonna let it go. This is the book that inspired this entire unhaul. I bought this maybe a year ago at a library sale, and I have no idea why I bought this book. This is like a police procedural that I don't want to read. Why did I get this? Anyway, that's gotta go. Here's another that I'm a little bit nervous about getting rid of, but Dismantled by Jennifer McMahon. I really love her. She wrote The Winter People, but this storyline just doesn't seem to call out to me. It's about a group of university students, and I think someone dies. I don't know. I just don't want to read it. Okay, that one I had a hard time with. Kind of Cruel by Sophie Hannah. This is in the middle of a series. It's another police procedural, but it's in the middle of it. This isn't the first in the series. It's just in the middle of it. Why did I get this? I have no idea, but that's gotta go. I am also getting rid of Not That Kind of Girl by Lena Dunham. I actually really liked this book. Genuinely really liked it. But when I was sitting with it, kind of going through my shelves, and I was sitting with it, I thought, I'm never going to read this again. Like, I really would never have a reason to pick this back up again, but I liked it a lot. I really enjoy Lena Dunham, and hopefully some other girl will enjoy that. I'm also going to get rid of The Bishop's Man. It's a Giller Prize winner, but there is nothing about this book that I want to read. Like, nothing. So that's gotta go. Okay, this one I tried to read, and I was so upset that I didn't like it, because up until this point, I think it was the most beautiful book on my shelves. The Vacationers by Emma Straub. It's so beautiful, but I didn't care about any of the characters. It's about a family that go on this vacation, and secrets unfold, and I got quite into it, and then it page-wise. I got quite into it page-wise, and I just didn't care about any of them, so that's a bad sign. Going to get rid of Pretty Baby by Mary Kubica. This is about a woman who takes in a young girl with her 4-month-old baby, and that arrangement goes wrong, and it doesn't sound gritty enough. It doesn't sound gritty enough to me. I'm really, as I'm moving on, as I'm like reading more thrillers, I'm really liking thrillers that have a lot of grit to it, and this just doesn't sound like it's going to have any, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. I really didn't like The Forgotten Garden. The more I think about this book, the more I'm angry about its depiction of women who are dealing with infertility, so I've got to get this off of my shelves. I actually bought 3 copies of this because I really wanted a copy that was really pretty and nice, and I thought I was going to love this book, and then I hated it, so I've had to get rid of 3 copies. This is the 3rd. It's going. The biggest disappointment of the year, Unbury Carol. I loved Bird Box. You guys know it's my favorite and my favorite horror book, but Unbury Carol just didn't do it for me. So I do want to give this to someone who maybe will really love it. So I'm going to do that really soon. Another one that I thought I was going to love, but I didn't, was Bonfire by Kristen Ritter. I just didn't like it. In a Cottage in a Wood by Cass Green. This is like a good book for an introduction to thrillers. I wasn't scared. I didn't even finish this because I wasn't scared and I wasn't enjoying it. So someone else will enjoy it, I'm sure. I'm also getting rid of Life Before Man by Margaret Atwood, only because Barry got me a signed copy of it. So I'm going to keep the signed copy and get rid of this one. I'm also giving away Runaway by Alice Munro. I believe that this is a short story collection. I don't usually enjoy short story collections, so I'm just going to get rid of it. Also, Big Brother by Lionel Shriver. Lionel Shriver wrote We Need to Talk About Kevin, which I really do want to read. But there's something about this book which I just don't. It's about a sister and a brother, and she sees her brother, who used to be like super buff, basically. He was an athlete. And then she finds out that he's basically gained like tons of weight. Which is an interesting premise, but it just having this on my shelves kind of makes me feel shameful about my own body. And so I don't think it's a good idea to have this on my shelves anymore. Okay. Zadie Smith's On Beauty. I don't know why I've never read this. I don't know why. I have no interest in reading this. Zadie Smith is like, it's Zadie Smith. But it's been on my shelves for so long, like well over a decade, and it's still not read, so I think that means I should let it go. I'm also getting rid of Vinegar Girl by Anne Tyler. This is a retelling of The Taming of the Shrew. I don't know why I don't want to read this, but I don't. It's a beautiful cover. I think someone else will enjoy it a lot more than me, so I'm going to pass that on. I'm also getting rid of City of Spies. So City of Spies is next. I don't really know what this is about. Something about a hit-and-run driver killing the son of a family servant. It's gotta go. I just got this one. I got this one like, I think in January. Oh, don't tell Barry, but I'm getting rid of The Supreme Macaroni Company by Adriana Trigiani, who wrote The Shoemaker's Wife. I think I need to just sit down and read The Shoemaker's Wife before I start picking up and getting rid of more Adriana Trigiani's books. It is a beautiful cover, Like, this just screams summer. But I started reading the first bit and I was just like, why did I even buy this? I think I bought this at one of those book sales that are crowded and so busy that you're just kind of like, oh, I think I want this one. And then you're not even thinking straight. I think that's what happened here. It's my fault. Going to get rid of The 10th Gift. It sounded like it was going to be a little bit like The 13th Tale, but I don't think it is. So I'm just going to pass that along. I'm also going to pass along Gob's Grief by Chris Adrian. I can't remember who told me this was a wonderful, wonderful book and they loved it dearly. But it seems so depressing. Like, I like depressing books, but this seems depressing to the next level. And I just don't want it. So I'm going to pass that on. Also getting rid of Bellman and Black. This got really bad ratings on Goodreads. So Diane Setterfield is the author of The 13th Tale, which I enjoyed. But this got such bad reviews that I'm trying to just trust the world and get rid of that. So we've got a little bit of nonfiction here. I've got Pendulum Magic for Beginners. Tap into your inner wisdom. My parents got this for me and it's so sweet. It even comes with a little pendulum, but I think someone else will enjoy this more. Did it come with a pendulum or did I imagine that? Maybe I should keep this. No, I wouldn't. I should just give it away. Give it away, April. I feel bad about that one. Oh. Okay, I'm also getting rid of Citizen Canine, Our Evolving Relationship with Cats and Dogs. I'm getting rid of this because I've got another book on my shelves called Inside of a Dog, and it talks about the science behind dogs and their sense of smell and their, group mentality and all of that. And I think I'll get everything I need to know out of that one instead of this one. But it does look really cute, so I hope some sort of dog lover will love it. I also am going to pass along Spinning Straw into Gold. And this is about fairy tales and what they reveal about the transformations in a woman's life. It seems really fascinating. I think I've tried to pick this up quite a few times now, but I kept stopping. Yeah, look, here, I stopped at 143. I think someone else will really love this, especially people who love fairy tales and fairy tale retellings. I think this is for them, which is not me. So I'm going to pass it on. Also getting rid of Garden Spells by Sarah Addison Allen. It just didn't call to me. I have another of her books on my shelves that I'm going to read instead. Yeah, it just didn't call to me. Blackberry Wine by Joanne Harris. She wrote Chocolat, and I started reading a bit at the beginning about this, but it's from the perspective of a bottle of homebrewed wine. Yeah, I wasn't enjoying it, so maybe someone else will. Maybe someone who loves Chocolat has been dying to read more by her. Oh, The Art of Fielding. This is a baseball book. It's a stunning book. This is a beautiful book. A lot of people love this. Jonathan Franzen's on the back here, John Irving. But it's about baseball, and I really don't like baseball. So why do I have that on my shelves? Joining the Thin Club. If you don't know, you probably don't know because you've never seen me that size. I used to be 150 pounds, and then lots of struggle has happened in my life where I've just had lots of up and down, and I'm someone who, if I'm not doing well emotionally, I'll eat. It's my thing. So what my best friend got this for me when I had reached like 150 pounds, and I was like, I worked out like maybe 2 hours a day. Like I loved all of that, and I'm trying to get back into that. But having this on my shelf seems kind of weird to have this on my shelf when I have such a long journey to go now all over again. It's just going to be my life struggle, I think. And that's not fine, but it's okay. This one's funny. Why Men Marry Bitches by Sherry Argove. If you are someone, this is for the ladies out there, if you are someone who can be a bit of a doormat and let men treat you like crap, and it seems to happen recurringly, you should probably get this book, because I did like it a lot. Like, this is intense. This is bitchy. It really is bitchy. But it's for those women who don't have a lot of self-esteem, and I've struggled with that in the past, and I've let men treat me fairly horribly, and I've not allowed myself to take up space in a relationship before. Now I take up all sorts of space, probably too much space, and I should kind of like reel it back. But yeah, if you struggle with taking up space in a relationship and you keep dating duds, this is a good one, because you will think of yourself as a bit of a goddess, a bit of a prize, and men should work for that. So I liked this. I know a lot of people would hate this, the idea of it and everything, but I think it was helpful for me, at least. Just listen. It's about listening and the importance of listening. And I think I read some of it. Yeah, this is another where I got like halfway through 124, and it's just to business self-help, if that makes sense. No. I'm also getting rid of Loving Frank. I just hauled this, but it's about adultery, and I just really don't want to read about adultery, so I'm going to pass that on. I'm also passing on The Mermaid Chair by Sue Monk Kidd, partly because it's really yellowed, partly because it's about a priest and a nun falling in love or something like that. Oh, a monk and a woman falling in love, and about self-discovery. And I think I'd rather just sit down and read The Secret Life of Bees first. Yeah, I think it's not for me. Another book that I don't think is for me is The Casual Vacancy by J.K. Rowling. I really have only liked Harry Potter by J.K. Rowling. I've not liked all of the other stuff, and this doesn't have amazing reviews, so I think I don't want to like tarnish my ideas of J.K. Rowling, and I just want to stick with the gold with her. I'm also passing along Bridget Jones's Mad About the Boy. I started reading this and I didn't like it. This takes place after Darcy. And I don't want to say any more if you haven't read Bridget Jones's Diary. It kind of broke my heart. Just the whole concept of this book breaks my heart. Roddy Doyle's Patty Clark, ha ha ha. I have a couple Roddy Doyles on my shelves, which I really love. The Woman Who Walked Into Doors. I read that in grade 10, and I loved it. And there's a follow-up called Paula, which follows The Woman Who Walks Into Doors, and the main character there. I really want to read that, and not this. So I'm going to pass that on. Don't panic. I'm getting rid of The Pillars of the Earth only because I found a floppy paperback. And this is such a beast. It's over 1,000 pages, right? Something like, well, it's around 1,000 pages. Fine. I really think a floppy paperback is going to be easier to read than this hardcover. So passing that along, and bye-bye Behind Her Eyes. This was not for me. I really hated this thriller. So that's got to go. 40 more books. So I have gotten rid of 80 books. 80 books. I have so much room now for more lovely books on my shelves, and I'm so excited. Like, I am beyond excited right now. So yeah, I only have a couple here that I feel a little bit like, oh, maybe I shouldn't, but I think I just need to trust my gut and get rid of them. I can always buy more, you know, like I have very good luck at library bookstore, book sales, I should say. So yes, okay, let me know in the comments below if you've ever had a book that you've unhauled and then regretted. Like, I unhauled Jane Eyre once upon a time. No idea what I was thinking at that time, but I did that and regretted it and have since bought Jane Eyre. It's right here, so it's back in my life. But have you ever had that moment where you've unhauled something and then you were like, no, like 2 months later? Yeah, let me know in the comments below. I am going to pop by the library with all of these. I think I'm going to need some help from Barry though, because this is a lot. Or maybe I'll do it over the course of a few days. I hope you're doing well. I will talk with you soon. Okay, bye.